The Rainbow Nation, South Africa, dazzling with diamonds and gold, has the blue seas and skies at the southern part of the African continent, producing unique products for the world. China, BRICS members, is open and friendly, promoting win-win cooperation between two countries. The huge difference in altitude, abundant sunshine, mild monsoon climate, and cool Benguela ocean currents, all these create the special environment for South African taste. Now, trade facilitation with Africa of China have helped all these delicacies come across the ocean and land to the Chinese table, realizing mutual benefit and win-win situation of the two countries. Oranges and red grapefruit from South Africa can be easily seen in the Chinese market. Juicy, bright color, full of sweet and sour taste, and with the anti-season attribute, help them become popular among the customers. Fresh fruit, coupled with fresh oysters, nobody can resist this temptation from South Africa. In June 2019, China hosted the first China-Africa Economic and Trade Expo. The huge Chinese market attracts more and more non-natural resource products from Africa. South Africa is an important player of the global fresh fruit market. As South Africa's largest trade partner, China is gradually becoming one of the main importers of South African fruits. Singfa is the largest agricultural wholesale market in Beijing. In the International Fruit Exchange Zone, navel oranges from South Africa are being unloaded for trade.
7月到9月，然后是大量的，整个北京新发地市场能卖个3、4柜南非橙，然后西柚的话也差不多3、4柜，干的的话可能会相对多一点，4、5柜，但是对每个档口来说的话，每天可能卖个3、4板，一板的话它是有100多件的，有80多件的，价格上南非的要便宜一些，性价比比较高吧。
Summer and autumn of the Northern Hemisphere is still not the right time for the harvest of citrus fruits. But in South Africa, it's just the right time to enjoy the taste. To ensure the quality of oranges, workers may only walk fast and no jogging is permitted to reduce bumps. The citrus fruits collected by various farms are centrally transported to factories for screening and packing. Automated equipment, supplemented by manual inspection, ensures that only the best is eligible to join the army of citrus fruits exported overseas. Citrus accounts for 1/3 of South Africa's total fruit exports and exceeded 1.2 million tons in 2018. China is the second largest importer of citrus from South Africa, accounting for 40% of exports. South African citrus rapidly occupied the Chinese market because of its excellent quality, high cost performance, and anti-season production to fulfill market demand.
China is a very big country with different temperatures, different climate, and it's not always a cold chain in China. There's a lot of fruit that been transported into the rural areas on open vehicles, and I think South Africa's got the fruit that can make the travel. We've been a country that export for many years. We've got the knowledge to treat the fruit and pick the fruit so that it can travel and have a good shelf life, and I think that's very good for the Chinese market.
The factory plus farm business model, which integrates resources, expands business scale and opens up overseas markets, has brought more benefits to South African enterprises, farmers and workers. South Africa's fresh fruits exported to China must comply with strict freezing standards. Some fruits that are not suitable for freezing cannot be exported directly to China. To solve this problem, some enterprises in South Africa have further increased the added value of agricultural products through the production of canned fruits. Cleaning, screening, peeling and hardcore removal. We got the crystalline transparent flesh of red grapefruit. After mechanical filling and high temperature disinfection, the packaged and labelled fruit cans will take the 30-day voyage to the Chinese market, waiting for encounters with consumers. Chinese markets will be more open to African countries and increase the import of African goods and services, which not only meets the urgent needs of African countries, but also helps to enrich the choice of domestic consumers. Now, Customs of China are taking special actions to promote cross-border trade facilitation, including the optimization of customs clearance process, streamlining documents, improving customs clearance efficiency, and reducing compliance costs, which will help more and more delicacies from South Africa enter the Chinese market. At this time, along the Atlantic coast, fresh-picked lemons are in close contact with newly caught oysters. South Africa is located on the southernmost part of the African continent. The Indian Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean meet here. The long coastline and the convergence of cold and warm currents create a unique marine environment and rich fishery resources in South Africa's sea area, making South Africa one of the world's most important fishing grounds. In oyster-producing areas, the cold Benguela current brings coolness as well as nutrients. Oysters grow rapidly here. A farm on this scale can produce 300,000 oysters a month, 150,000 of which will be exported to China. The raw oysters here are fresh and sweet. After a day's work, one mouthful is refreshing enough to dispel fatigue. Caught from the sea, cleaned on the beach, screened and packaged in the factory, the fresh oysters will fly to Guangzhou, China in 24 hours. Among the rich fishing grounds along the coast of South Africa, there are oyster, mussel, snook and lobster. In the Chinese market, the most popular one is the famous South African abalone. South African abalone is very popular in the international market because of its high quality and low price. However, in recent years, the number of wild abalones has declined sharply due to large-scale illegal poaching and smuggling. And South African wild abalones have also been included in the forbidden illegal fishing list. Cunion is one of the oldest abalone farms in South Africa. The abalone farm, built on the Atlantic coast, uses natural seawater circulation to breed abalone. In 1994, they began to breed wild abalone. During the breeding season of abalone, male and female abalones will ovulate sperm and eggs into the seawater after the sexual maturity. The eggs can fertilize and develop when they meet sperms in the seawater. The hatched larvae attach themselves to diatoms in the seawater and greedily absorb nutrients. However, abalone culture is a long process. When abalone enters the juvenile stage for 3 or 4 months, they should be transferred to artificial pond. Abalone shells can reach 2 to 3 centimeters in 1 year and 4 to 5 centimeters in 2 years. It should be 6 or 7 years sold if its shell is more than 10 centimeters long. The size of abalone that customers want will decide when the harvest period begins. After washing and sorting, abalone is transported from the farm to the processing plant. Here, some fresh abalones are directly packed in boxes. Some are dried and some are made into canned abalone. Ultimately, they will be shipped all over the world.
The market in China is quite new to us, so we have exported probably about 4 or 5 tons so far to China. So it is very new and we are still learning. I think for China it's important that you have a quality product, but you have it at a good price. And that's something that we can offer. Our canned abalone, for instance, is rated probably the best in the world for cultivated abalone. And the volume that we have allows us to offer that at a very good price.
南非的一个鲍鱼嘛，它的优势在于一个壳比较薄，然后一个口感的话是比较有 Q 弹的那种口感。
The huge and open Chinese market provides opportunities for South Africa's fruit and seafood industries. South African taste brought by high quality and abundant farm products also bring joy to the tongues of Chinese people. As the most important and trustworthy development partner of one another, close cooperation between China and South Africa will surely bring better benefit for their people.